The furry menace is home alone. I repeat, the furry menace is home alone.
From corny horror to convoluted swear words, this guy's career is seriously something to marvel at. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Peter Capaldi performances.
What you see is not you. Your mind is acting like a perception filter. You still see yourself as you used to be.
Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the acting highlights of Scottish writer, director and actor Peter Capaldi.
That's not a plan, is it, Stan? Come on, that's not an agenda, Brenda.
Number 10, George Harrison, John and Yoko, A Love Story. We start with one of the most famous faces on our list, and an example of Capaldi's early character acting. Okay, so the film as a whole was a bit pants, but there were some redeeming qualities, one of which being Capaldi's take on Harrison.
It's not right. I mean, it's crazy.
He's got the hair and the accent to suit, but it's Capaldi's ability to portray the increasingly frustrated and toxic atmosphere within the band that really sells it. Plus, Capaldi is a Beatle, yes please. Number 9, various roles. The all-new Alexei Sayle Show.
You noticed anything weird about this club? What?
Sketch shows. It seems any Brit who has gone on to do anything remotely comedy related has been in one at some point, and Capaldi is no different. Appearing alongside Alexei Sayle for a series of different sketches, it's a great example of Capaldi's ability to tackle absurd topics and be hilarious while doing so.
Getting dark. My God, Holmes, how did you know? I just simply looked out of the window.
And it's his drunk dabble in time travel that he has become best known for in the show. Now, where have we seen that before?
Hey, where are we?
I think we're in a strip club.
Number 8, Angus Flint, The Lair of the White Worm. Good, evil, snakes, vampires, and lots of weird stuff in between.
Yeah!
What's to do? You cut yourself or something?
That pretty much sums up The Lair of the White Worm. In this hilarious horror, cheese is turned up to 11, and we're along for the ride with Capaldi's Angus Flint to try to make sense of some strange gothic goings-on. Oh yeah, and Hugh Grant's in it as well.
You want some more?
It's very tasty.
An early effort that shows our man knows how to toe the line between drama and comedy. It's probably a performance he'd rather forget, but we love it all the same. Number 7, Mr. Curry, Paddington.
You must be a long way from home.
I'm from darkest Peru.
Dropping his Scottish tones for Cockney, Capaldi plays Paddington's grumpy neighbour Mr. Curry in this live-action adaptation. Ultimately manipulated by Nicole Kidman's taxidermist baddie, Millicent Clyde, and helping to capture Paddington, he's pitched early on as a villainous accomplice.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
However, Capaldi helps show that maybe Mr. Curry isn't as bad as he seems, and that under his irritable shell lies a softer, caring man.
I am not your honeypot. I never was.
What?
Now take your rotten flowers and get out of here.
We'd have Curry as our neighbour any day. Number 6, Danny Oldsen, Local Hero.
I didn't want to make a fuss. I know how delicate this business is.
Although it may look a little dated now, Local Hero offers an incredibly compelling story about the oil industry and the integrity of one man in particular who is won over by the residents of a small Scottish village.
Sorry.
Peter Riegert takes the leading role, but Capaldi gets a story arc of his own as the young, slightly naive Danny who becomes infatuated with Jenny Seagrove's Marina.
Sailors used to think they were mermaids, yeah?
Aye, they did. They were wrong.
It's one of his very first movie roles and a real gem for any Capaldi fanatic. Number 5, Cardinal Richelieu, The Musketeers. After seeing Capaldi sport a magnificent mustache and play the Machiavellian cardinal, it's a wonder he doesn't always play the villain.
I'm also First Minister of France. In matters of religion, I defer to Rome.
Stealing the show in the first series of The Musketeers, Capaldi plays the backstabber role brilliantly, interrogating and condemning anyone who gets in his way. Unfortunately, he didn't appear in the second series, but any screen time he did get, he absolutely bossed.
Nothing. No person. No nation. No God will stand in my way.
Number 4, John Frobisher, Torchwood, Children of Earth.
And what is it?
Children, sir.
The word tragic doesn't quite cut it here. Acting as the government's middleman to an alien invasion that threatens the future of Earth's children, Capaldi's character is forced to make the ultimate soul-crushing decision.
How do we know that the 456 will keep quiet?
We don't. All we can do is hope to cover ourselves.
Unlike some dramatic performances that peak towards the end, Capaldi's turn as Frobisher is engrossing and exhausting from start to finish. He's convincing to the point where it's difficult to watch.
We are coming.
We are coming.
John Frobisher was indeed a good man. Number 3, Randall Brown, The Hour. To another multi-layered performance, and one that sees Capaldi's head of BBC News go through a roller coaster of emotions.
Would you forgive me if I asked you to go?
I can't move.
When he's not trying to steer the ship with his professional hat on, he's trying to keep things together and find his daughter, doing anything necessary to do so, blackmail included. Capaldi nails the desperate parent role with some heartbreaking scenes that seem completely fall apart, only to put on a brave face moments afterwards. It's powerful stuff.
Do you ever wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and wonder if she thinks of us, wonder what her life was? I do. That's what I live with. Then it suddenly occurred to me, I don't have to, so I am looking for her.
Number 2, Malcolm Tucker, In the Loop and The Thick of It.
Do you know, Malcolm, the best way to clear a paper jam?
I don't know.
It's tough to play a character that's equally despicable and lovable, but Capaldi manages it gloriously as a political spin doctor known as Malcolm Tucker. Always on hand to flatten potential media frenzies, and whoever gets in his way in the process, his insults and boiling rage are almost poetic. Well, sort of.
I love it. I love it. It's the pre-match spine for the big super gay weight title fight. Eh?
Portraying the character in both the Thick of It TV series and later in the feature-length spin-off In the Loop, Capaldi is flawless as Tucker, popping veins and all.
You get sarcastic with me again, and I will stuff so much cotton wool down your f***ing throat it'll come out your ass like the wee tail on a Playboy bunny.
Number 1, The Doctor, Doctor Who.
You've revolutionized the labour market. You've conquered nature. Thank you. You've also created an abomination.
Frequently touted as one of the top Time Lords to take the reins of the TARDIS, Capaldi managed to merge many of the qualities we'd come to love about previous incarnations. With his witty one-liners, intelligible put-downs, and ability to keep his head in even the stickiest of situations, Capaldi's 12th Doctor oozes wise, war-torn traveller, and yet he's never afraid to be a bit childish.
This is no time to play the fool.
It's the end of the universe, it's the only time I've got.
Capaldi's had some outstanding performances over the years, and with the Doctor now behind him, who knows what's next.
It's where I stand, where I stand. It's where I fall.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo UK and subscribe for more great content.